Okay, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about how to make crowds in Blender. Yeah, like it will be crowd. You can make some huge amount of soldier running to an anime side, or you can say a public place where so many people are moving randomly. So that's what I'm going to do. Like, it's not going to be very detailed video in the final result, but for the wide shot, it's going to work. So first of all, we need model. So for 3D model, we're going to use mixamo.com, which have the free models and also free animations with it. So let's go ahead into our browser and search for mixamo.com. Okay. So once we go into this website, we will see so many models and so many animation here that we can use. So first we're going to go to characters here and choose a character of our need. And now you can choose from those character. I think those are really amazing and I love them. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead, like there are some old and some monster character, but I'm going to select those normal dude from these days. So like it will be very normal. And once you select the character, it will show up here. You have to just wait for it for a little bit to load the model here, and you will be able to see it. So you have to wait for this. Now it's loaded, and the texture is also loaded here. I think that looks good. So now it's time to go into animations and try to animate this. So I'm going to click animations, and let's see. Okay, so we get so many animation here. Like, so you can just go ahead and search for walk, and it will give some walk cycles. And now there's some female walk cycles and some different kind of walk cycle. And yeah, you can choose from here that you want. But I think this is fine. Let's click it and let's see what we got here. Okay, so I want him to be in place, not moving like that. He's just doing his thing within his own specific location here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, so you got so many settings here, like overdrive, character arm space. If you increase these to like a higher number, it will change the character movement. I need to have this guy. It's kind of hand. So I'm gonna set this to like 55 or 54, and it's a speed here, and it's a dream. Okay, so I like it. Now it's time to download. So when you click download, you'll find these settings. Everything's good. Just click download, and it will start downloading in FBX. So you have to wait for these to finish. Once it's finished, you will be able to import this model into Blender. So now it started downloaded. The best thing is they're very small in size, so you don't need to wait for a long time to download. Just pause the video here. And yeah, if you go back to characters here, we can select another character. Let's search for walk again. I don't know why is that, but I have to retype this thing again. So sorry. We are actually in characters, so I was thinking about animation. Sorry for that. So right now we got this. Now we're gonna use that model, and after that we're gonna use this one and all of those models that we see here. So I'm gonna click it, and it will be loaded in our 3D. You can say 3D viewport. So yeah, you just have to wait for this. If you play it, this is how it looks like. Now we can slow it down a little bit. So like I'm just adding a little bit of different in the moment of it, like how fast they move, how slow they move, because it will look obvious if they all moving in the same speed and the same velocity and having the same sort of posture when they're moving. So that's why I'm just changing them randomly so I can get the best result possible. So now, as you can see, it's moving a little bit different, a little bit slower, and that's what I want. So I'm going to pause it, and now this model has just it's about to finish. Now we can click this download button to download the 3D model here once it finish up. So I'm just waiting for it. My internet is a little bit slow, so that's why. Now it's downloaded and it's done. Just click download to download the other one also. Just click download and it will start downloading our 3D model. So yeah, that's looking fine. And as you can see, it started downloading the 3D model. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video, and once it's stopped, once it's done, I will open it again. So let me just so I actually downloaded multiple animation. I downloaded 6 animation with different character and different walking styles. Some of them are moving faster, some of them are moving slower. So this is what I did, and now it's time to import all of them into Blender and see what we can do with it. So let me just open up Blender and yeah. So basically in this tutorial, we're gonna create some particle system, and actually we're gonna create a particle system that is very clever and like, I mean that you will be able to direct your crowd into any side. They will be running, they will be walking, and like you can control the overall look of it. So we're in Blender default scene. So let me just hit A, X, and delete everything here. Okay. So when you download something from Mixamo, it's actually FBX file. So let me just go to File, Import, and click FBX. Then I'm going to move to the directory where I have that file. So I'm going to start up with the first one running and click import. And now as you can see, actually I think I didn't like that one. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to import the other one because I think I downloaded it a day ago. I'm going to start with walk. This one, click import. Okay, so this is our model here. We can place, and this is what we want. So first of all, let's select the armature. And right here, click Shift E and click Make Cyclic. What it does, like we just have keyframe until frame number 32, but when you click Shift A and click Make Cyclic, it will make the simulation looping and it will go for like infinity. For example, if I, now it will be played like for infinity and you will not need to do anything. So that's what I want to do. Okay, so if we expand this, we see multiple objects here. So let me just select all of them, hit Control J, or you can right click, come up here. As you can see, it says join, and it's also say Control J. If you click it, it will join everything into one mesh. Okay, so we have 2 objects here. One is the armature and one is the man object. So in order to use them as a particle system, we need to separate both of them. So I'm going to select the man object and click M. Click New Collection and call it Human. You can call it whatever. So I'm going to click Create. And for the armature, I'm going to click M into New Collection and I'm going to call it Armature. Okay, Create. So now we have 2 of those, you can say collections. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn those off for now because I'm going to import other model also. So File, Import FBX. I'm going to import walk number 1, click Import. Now do the same. I'm going to select it, click Shift E, make cyclic, and come up here, select all the objects and hit Control J to join them, and click M and move them to human, and select the armature, click M and move it to armature. So like we have it here. They're in one place, and this is what I want. So okay, so let's go ahead and import other also. Import going to FBX. I'm gonna import the walking one. Okay, so click Shift A, click Make Cyclic, and I'm gonna go ahead and expand these. I'm gonna select all of them, hit Control J, click M and move them into human. Select the armature, click M and move it to armature. Go to File, Import, FBX, and now it's time to import these 2 characters also. I'm gonna import the first one, import FBX, select this, click Shift A, make it cyclic, and click M and move these to armature and also this one. Oh, so I think I want to select all of them, hit Control J, and click M and move them into human. Okay. Going to File, Import FBX. I'm going to import this model, click Import FBX, and let's just expand this. So let's select the armature first, click Shift A, click Make Cyclic, now select all the meshes, click Control J, click M and move it into human, and also this one into armature. So now it's time to save the file. because if you did something wrong, you will lose data. So I'm going to name it to crowd or maybe whatever you want. Click Save Blender file. Okay, so Shift A, let's create a plane here and scale it out like that. Okay, so now it's time to go into particle system. I'm going to create a new particles. Once you click the plus button, if now the particles are full, this is what we don't want. So it says the frame starts at 1 and it ends at 200, but we want to end it directly on the first one because like they will appear on 1 and they will not be hidden after 1. So they will be so now they are falling. So how to stop them? So first of all, let's just go ahead and set the lifetime to something like maybe I can set it to like 1000. And if you scroll down into physics, now it says to Newtonian, and I'm going to go ahead and change it to boids. If you, this is how it looks like. So before we change anything, I'm going to come up to render, and under render, I'm going to change this to collection. For the collection, I'm going to set it to human, and now the small human appear there. I can scale it up, something like that. Yeah, wait. They're doing some ridiculous stuff there. You can scale it up. Oh, okay. So how to fix it? So if we come up to voids into moment, we can turn off allow flight because it lets them fly, but we don't want them to fly. So turn this off. Click allow land. Let's go to flight. Okay, so it's time to fix it. And to go ahead into object rotation, click it. Now if you play it, as you can see, they're ridiculously moving. Some of them are big and some of them are small. We need to fix it, but I think the one character is a little bit bigger. So I'm going to turn on the human, this one, the big guy. And where is the armature for it? Which one is it? Yeah, that is the armature here. So I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. Okay, let's turn off the armature and turn off the human. Okay, select these one and let's scale it down a little bit. If you play it now, they are moving a little bit faster and yeah, they're also fixed. So if you scroll down here, they got the max land speed. We're gonna set this to 2 maybe, and let's cut here. It's a little bit faster again. I'm gonna set this to 1, make it like 1.5 or something like that. So the first thing we're gonna change is if you come to battle, not battle, to misc, I think. Turn off the banking to 0, and for the pitch, I'm gonna down it a little bit. I'm gonna set the height to 0.1. Let's get it here. Yeah, that's how it looks like. So if you do want to do some amazing stuff with it, you need to come to boid brand. Now you can assign different properties into it. Like now it just have like you can add a goal into it, avoid something, avoid collision, separate, flock, allow lead, follow leader, average speed, fight, etc. But you now have like flock, which means that they will always stay together and they will also be separated. So which means that like they will be a little bit far away. For example, if I remove separate, they will go into one. Like as you can see now they're going together. They're making something. I don't know why. I was just showing us Control Z and just get the separate one again. So okay, so let's add a goal into it. Let's just click plus and click goal. Now it asks for an object here. So Shift A, create something. I'm gonna create a cube. I'm gonna move it to side. I'm gonna click this, scroll down into goal here and click this object and click the cube. Now this is priority. Like if you make this on top, this the priority for that object will be high, and they will only like for example, we have three properties here. If the goal is on top, they will be 50% following the goal, 25% following separation, and 25% is flux. So it's like they're ranking different kind of priorities. So now the goal is on plate. Now they're all moving into that goal, and you can just move it away from them, and they will just try to move there. It's really amazing. I like it. So, so I'm going to show you something else. So if you make them into like down there, they will not be really moving into it, but they will be moving, but not so much. So like they're moving away, but they're also moving to the direction so much. Okay, I can delete it. So I was just showing you what you can do. So if we come up here, we can just fuzzy, random, average, you can just set it to anything. And yeah, you can just add anything into it. Like you got different stuff like battle, you got a health, you got strength, you got a creation. Like for example, there's some people fighting together and they have some sort of health into it. They're removing after some time. And this is a little bit advanced. I don't want to talk about it. You can find tutorial on it because yeah. But you got so many options here. You got allow flight, you got allow land, you got allow climbing. That's what you got here. But I'm gonna show you some best things. So if you click Shift A and create a mesh. For example, you got a building here. I'm gonna create a cube, for example, a building. I'm gonna move it to side. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. I'm gonna scale it and see just slightly. So suppose it's a building. It's not just one building. If I go into edit, Shift D, I'm gonna duplicate it somewhere else. For example, here, maybe on Y-axis. You don't want them to just, I mean, you don't want them to collide, you can say intersect with it and go inside it. So how to do it? So click the object, go into physics, and now you can actually assign force field into an object. I'm setting a force here. I'm going to click P selection. Now separate this object. So it also have its own sort of force. Plate. Now they're pushed away by the force. Force is very strong. But you can just set up the maximum distance here. I'm going to set it to here. So the force will only affect this the area inside that maximum distance here. So I'm going to set it to that. Plate. So let's set this for also this one and set the maximum distance for it. Plate. Yeah. But then the inside. So I'm going to increase the force data, the force distance. Let's plate here. So now they're away from that only because we have increased the distance of the force that it will affect. Yeah, you can set it to 3 maybe. I think it will work. Yeah, I'm gonna set 3 for that one. Maybe 2.6 maybe because I just don't want to be like a very bad simulation, you know. So if you go into material weave, we will be able to see everything. But if your system isn't really good, you're gonna crash your software. But if your system is good enough, you will be able to see this shit going on in the report. But anyways, they're loading right now. So yeah. Maybe I can turn off the cube for now. Maybe I can delete them because right now they're affecting the simulation. Let's plug them together. Make it scale small. It's a lot of people in one frame moving randomly. looking good. So yeah, that was the whole point of this tutorial, how you can create this kind of dudes moving around, doing their shitty stuff. And that's how it looks like in solid view. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.